After 4 years of drought, it is hard to wrap your head around preparing for possible flooding, but that's exactly what we all should be doing in light of reports that we may be facing a significant El Nino winter. Walter Lutz went to find some answers to what's being done to get the city ready and what you can do to prepare.
Powerful El Nino we've been telling you about is coming. And
El Nino, with its promises of rain and threats of catastrophes.
Officials are pushing for Southern Californians to take El Nino seriously.
It's hard to ignore the message these days. Weather experts predict a strong El Nino event for Southern California this year. That means Burbank could be at the center of some powerful rainstorms in the winter months. City crews have been preparing for the worst. They're on this hillside clearing what are called benches, cement water conduits that prevent erosion and potentially disastrous mudslides.
We're here at one of our city drainage benches. A drainage bench is meant to convey water off of slopes. It actually stops the water that's coming down the slope. It lets it get into this area, into the bench itself, and then it will exit it through a controlled means out into a V-ditch, what we call the V-ditch down at the other end, and then we'll go down into our storm drain system.
This is just one of many steps the city is taking to reduce the impact of El Nino-related storms.
Basically, we have a full agenda just to go over.
This recent meeting brought together members of various city departments to coordinate and plan an organized response to any El Nino issues.
Instead of waiting until something happens and us trying to figure out what we're going to do, we pre-plan ahead of time. We're able to respond efficiently and know what everybody's roles and responsibilities are to effectively respond to the community's needs better.
City preparations include clearing storm drains and debris basins, servicing key pieces of equipment, distributing critical gear for outdoor staff, and adjusting staff schedules to prepare for emergency coverage.
Any of the areas that you guys can start to pre-identify.
While the city gets ready for El Nino, it's important that residents do the same.
And so we sent this letter out to about 230 homes that we had found had benches on their own private property. It's just explaining to them that they need to make sure that their drainage infrastructure is clean, much like this that you see here in front of us. Just trying to be proactive and trying to make sure everybody gets everything cleaned up as best we can.
And even if you don't have a house on the hillside, there are things you should still do to prepare yourself for El Nino, such as clear out your rain gutters and drain pipes to help protect your house from unnecessary flooding.
In addition, residents are also encouraged to take the following steps: clean up debris or objects that could be blown away, check roofs for loose tiles, holes, or other signs of trouble, inspect retaining walls and make sure they're stable and sound, clear storm drains of debris and obstructions. Also, for protection of easily flooded areas, sandbags can be picked up for free from the city. Just call 818-238-3800 to find out how. Residents should also prepare an emergency kit for their home that includes food and water for 3 days to 1 week for the whole family, including pets, a first aid kit, a radio with extra batteries, medications, both prescription and over-the-counter, extra clothing, shoes, and cash, basic tools including a wrench, duct tape, work gloves, etc., and sanitation and hygiene supplies. And most importantly, people should keep informed. Visit elninoready.org, an informational website put together by the cities of Burbank, Glendale, and Pasadena to provide residents with up-to-date El Nino information and access to helpful resources. You can also follow at Verdugo Alert on Twitter for immediate information updates on El Nino events. And always remember, in the event of a flood emergency,
if your house is unsafe or you feel that you're threatened at all at your house with a hazard, evacuate early. Don't stay and try to prevent something from happening. If you think it's unsafe, it's better for you to get out.
For Burbank On Demand, I'm Walter Lutz.
Whether it's a damaging El Nino storm or another serious emergency, the City of Burbank has a valuable tool that will help keep you informed. It's an emergency public notification system called Burbank Community Alert. You'll be notified regarding severe weather, wildfires, missing persons, and other urgent information. You can choose how to get the message, whether landline, mobile phone, work phone, email, even text. If you have a landline, you are automatically registered, but if you want to be notified by the other methods, you must sign up. We've made it as easy as possible. Just go to readyburbank.org and then click on the link to get started.